One slow, go down, baby. Break your back, I won't go there, baby. One slow, go down, baby. Break your back, I won't go there, baby. I won't know for the things that you doing every class in the morning. I won't know the thing that you doing where it lasts till the morning time. I won't know the thing that you doing every class in the morning. I won't know the thing that you doing where it lasts till the morning time. Are you ready? Go down, down, go down, baby. I like to see you want when you step on the beat. Sit, I make you stand on your feet. And you get the legend, you even won't call us. I make you dance, you rocking it. Don't show all your stuff because I'm watching it. Shake your boy for baby, I grabbing it. To never me and you, the two we locking it. I ever that. One slow, go down, baby. Break your back, I won't go there, baby. One slow, go down, baby. Break your back, I won't go there, baby. Shit. One slow, go down, baby. Break your back, I won't go there, baby. One slow, go down, baby. Break your back, I won't go there, baby. Shit.
Nearly 200 years ago, a home was birthed on Providence Island, a home that once stood at the pinnacle of Africa's decolonization, a home that has persisted in the face of atrocities and today remains more united than ever, a home where nature, culture, landscape, beaches, and history await a glorious moment to be lived. At the pinnacle of 200 years, Liberia is excited to welcome Africans in the diaspora home again.
Let's return to where it all started. Come reunite, relocate, and rebuild the land, which has so much more to offer. Explore our attractions, taste our food, experience our culture, and impact our communities. Let's go home. Visit Liberia December 17th through January 3rd for the greatest reunion since 1822 as we kick off our year-long Liberian bicentennial.
For more information, visit our website at www.libyearofthediaspora.org.
I said, honey, have you heard about the Global Net TV?
Oh, yes, sweetheart. I read about them. At GlobalNet ITV, they provide superior television services with endless selections of TV channels and many options to include live TV.
That's a great news.
Yes, they provide news, entertainment, premier sports like NBA, American football, major soccer leagues, movies, and favorite TV shows with endless content and no service interruptions.
Sweetheart, is that all?
No, they also have adult content included with parental guidance. Also, check out their 6-month plan for only $96 and their 12-month plan for only $176. Wow, honey, isn't that a great news?
Yes, but sweetheart, how can we get in touch?
Yes, you can contact us at 226-946-1090 or visit our website at www.globalnetitv.com.
Lopus Kitchen, a Liberian-owned business operated by Johnson and Wales University's trained chef Joyce Matowia, is your dining away from home. At Lopus Kitchen, we prepare all kinds of Liberian cuisines, including fried and rare oil potatoes green, kidney beans, palava sauce, fever leaves, and a lot more. We also make rice bread, meat pies, cookies, Benesi candies, and all kinds of pastry products. Place in your order online today from anywhere in the US at www.lorpukatchen.com. The good news is your package is sealed in an insulated cooling box and reaches your destination well preserved and fresh. Save yourself the stress and order the best from a professional chef. Lopus Kitchen keeps your fingers licking.
Make you smile, Angelina.
Makeup, they say, increases people's perception of a woman's likability, competence, and trustworthiness. That's why I introduced to you Major Millions Beauty and Market. Major Millions Beauty and Market has the best skin and hair care products. The beauty parlor also has hair accessories, including hairspray, hair gel, and hair dryer, makeup palettes, Major Millions customized lip gloss, shoes, bags, concealers, blushes, and a lot more. Guess what? Major Millions Beauty and Market has on sale well-packaged African products to include your favorite cuisine, cassava leaves, potato greens, palava sauce, palm butter, etc. Customers purchasing goods worth over 100 United States dollars will have free delivery once they are 15 minutes drive away from our location. Locate us at 10 Chestnut Drive, Elton, Maryland, 21921. Better still, call us on cell numbers 302-316-6813 or log onto our website www.majormillionsbeautysupply.com. Major Millions Beauty Supply. We move.
Scan any documents anywhere.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
All right, folks, good morning and welcome to the program. You're listening to the Costa Show. Those of you who are listening on one of our other platforms, either on the website at www.roots1027fm.com, or you're listening via TuneIn, or you're listening via my tuner, or you're watching us on YouTube, or you're going to watch the podcast later on today after the show on SoundCloud. This is the Costa Show. It comes to you on 6 different platforms, Monday through Friday. As I said, we're trying to maintain our consistency, the very consistency with which we build this platform. We were slacking for a while. There's always a tendency that when you've done something so long, you tend to fall back a little. But then we decided, no, we can't lose that consistency, because we cannot have you good people wake up every morning, those of you in parts of the world where the time is odd at this time, and to not be able to catch the show. So we decided we have to be here every day, Monday through Friday. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners, women and brothers. Good to be here with you this morning.
Fantastic. I see you're wearing white this morning, my man. What's up?
Yeah, number.
Okay. So, interesting developments. The report has been submitted. The much anticipated report has finally been submitted to the political leaders in its final draft, in its final version. And all of the representatives, all of the members of the committee, including the representative from the ANC, Councillor Yafa Bape. His name is on the report. So everyone who was there, the chair of the committee, Mr. Mo Ali Kobangalu is there. I believe his name is there, and we do have the report. Yesterday, when we told you we didn't have the report, we actually did not have the report. And the reason why we didn't have the report then was not because we couldn't get it, was because we wanted to wait until the report is submitted to the political leaders, and we don't want to be the one to start talking about the report before they released it. And we're holding to our promise, right, Waka? Are we?
Yeah.
Are we not?
Yeah. We are holding to it.
And the reason is simple, folks. The reason is simple. I see my friend Lord, blessed Robert. Lord, what do you mean by which part? You have to be more explicit than that. The reason we're holding to that is because after the allegation was made, the complaint was filed by Honorable Benana Ure to the chairperson of the CPP, Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing we heard or saw was a fiery response from Alex Cummins. Do you recall, Bwakai?
Yeah.
Mr. Cummins fired back with such ferocity. And Mr. Ure didn't name Alex Cummins as the guilty party in his letter.
Sure.
All he said was, I have it on good authority that the framework document that was submitted to the National Elections Commission is not the one we signed. That is what Mr. Ure said in his letter. It was based on Mr. Ure's letter that Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence, chairperson of the CPP, initiated the investigation. They set up the committee. Somebody said, the Wi-Fi is a bit troublesome. It can't be from my end. My connection seems decent. It seems very decent from my end. Can be. Let me check. You know I care about you all. I want to make sure the quality is great. No, it can't be from my end. The quality is great. Okay. The quality is great. So, as I was saying, they wrote, Mr. Ure wrote, and fast forward, here we are now. The report has been done, and it has been submitted. We have a copy of it. We will wait. Today, the political leaders, they're having a meeting.
Okay.
Yes, the NAC, which is the National Advisory Council, the NAC of the CPP. And the primary item on the agenda is the report. Now, we all have said we're going to wait. We're not going to start dropping bombshells. The report is loaded with bombshells. We're going to take days.
Wow.
To release all these bombshells. Yes, Waka. And it is interesting because the ANC folks, all day yesterday, for many hours, the committee was meeting. Before the committee finally submitted its report, the ANC folks were begging that the report be watered down.
You saying it to me?
That was the appeal. Please water this report down. It's too harsh. It's going to destroy. They didn't say it's going to destroy the ANCO. They said it's going to destroy the CPP. And we disagree. And we said that here yesterday, and we're going to continue that here. And people are calling from all over the place, and I say, no, we want the report submitted as written, as finalized. So, my people, the report was submitted. It is, I will just give you a little synopsis without actually going into the report itself. Just a little synopsis. It wouldn't hurt anyone. The report itself is 28 pages. It's a final report, 28 pages. And it is entitled Framework Investigative Committee Report, October 5, 2021, which was yesterday. And I'm going to go to the final page and just call out all of the names of the people who signed it, representing the 4 political parties, done on this 5th day of October 2021 in the city of Monrovia, Republic of Liberia. Signed, JSB Theodore Momo Jr., National Chairman, ALP, Investigative Committee Member. Signed, Mr. Augustine Fredericks, Liberty Party, Vice Chair for Inter-Party and NEC Affairs, Investigative Committee Member. Signed, Attorney at Law, Jabe Kobangalu, Unity Party, Vice Chair for Inter-Party and NEC Affairs, Investigative Committee Member. Signed, Councillor Yafa Bape, Vice Chair, Councillor Yafa Bape, Alternative National Congress, ANC, Representative, Investigative Committee Member. Signed, Mr. Mohammed Ali, Secretary General, Unity Party, Investigative Committee Member. So folks, these are the individuals who presided over this committee that investigated the allegations. They looked at the document that was signed on May the 19th by all four political leaders. They compared that to the document that was actually submitted to the National Elections Commission. That's what it did. They created tables within the report to compare and contrast. You know, back in the day, for those of you who are going to school, those of us who are still going to school, we're still doing compare and contrast. They say compare and contrast. What are the differences and the similarities between water and oil? Compare and contrast. The both of them are liquid. One is thicker, the other is lighter, you know, and all that kind of stuff, right? Compare and contrast.
Yeah.
We did that. So what the committee did was that the committee compared and contrasted the two documents. The document that was signed by all four political leaders on May 19, 2020, versus the document that actually made its way to the National Elections Commission. And they found a number of things. If I'm not mistaken, 18 alterations were made. Let me repeat myself. 18 alterations. About 18 alterations. About 18 fingering things happened. Not only that, the definitions of words and phrases in a report. You know, in a document, you know when you craft a legal document, there's something called a glossary. The glossary, I want to make sure that's the right word. That's the section of the document where you define the words. You define the words and the meanings. Yeah, that is an alphabetical list of terms of words found in relating to a specific subject, blah, blah. That's what it's called. It's called a glossary. That is it. I'm not going into the report, folks. I'm just telling you just a little bit. We will hold to our promise. But in the glossary session, those of you who know book, and I know lots of you here do know book, the glossary session is the definition. We are waiting, but we don't want to give you some highlights. That's all. We're not going to go into detail. 18 alterations were made, and they were very crystal clear. They're listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so on and so forth, all the way to 18. 18 alterations were made. You know, as I said, there's the glossary. The glossary is the when you do a document of such nature, there are words and there are phrases used that are unique to that document. Therefore, what you do is that you have a section in a document where you define those words and those phrases, so that when somebody reads them, they can go to the glossary, they can refer to the glossary, and they can understand exactly what it is that phrase meant. For example, you say good health. In the glossary session, good health is defined. You know, for example, when you say, political leader is defined in the glossary session. So the glossary, they made lots of changes lots of changes of the definitions of the phrases and the words that were used. In the preamble, for example, of the original framework document that was signed on May 19 by the 4 political leaders, in the one that was tampered with, guess what? They added 2 extra paragraphs, which were not there. Tons of changes all over the report. So we're going to stop here. We're going to stop right here. We're not going to go any further. We just wanted to dabble around the report, give you an idea of what it looked like, and tell you that we have it. And we are going to discuss it after the political leaders have presented it to the Liberian people, after they've told you what's in it. Oh, my dear, it is damaging. It is damaging. But yesterday we said we're going to continue asking our people. Now that we have said that we know for a fact, based on what we've read in the final version of the report that was submitted yesterday to the 4 political leaders, the ANC folks, and some other people, some other pacifists within within the armpits of the CPP, they failed yesterday in the attempt to have the report watered down. What do you think that says about the folks? They failed to have the report watered down. What do you think that says, Bobby? And by the way, the ANC signed the report. What do you think that says?
Yeah, the message is out. You know, people call in and people express themselves about the issues of not watering down the report. They just want to have it as it was presented to them by folks from various political parties that formed part of the committee that were
all 4 parties. Okay, let's be specific. Yeah. All 4 parties.
All 4 parties. So the message was just clear, Costa. You tamper with it, it won't be good. So they have said they realize that if they try to water it down, it will not be good on their part, because we are yearning for change, and everybody within the CPP calling for change. The other person say we want a real change. The other person say we want the other change. So once we start to mess around documents for today, what will happen tomorrow if we take state power? So they just saw it that way and left everything and say, okay, let's just release it.
Okay. Now, but I have a few questions. Let me ask you. We're going to go to the phone lines and we're going to ask the people, what do you want to see happen? Now that the report is out, what do you want to see happen? What kind of action should be taken against the people who went and tampered with this document in such materially fundamental and significant ways? What do you want to see happen to them? What should be their punishment? That is the question we're going to ask our people today. What do you want to see happen to those who are guilty for tampering with the document? It is interesting. We have to ask our people because they are the ones who make these political parties and make these political leaders who they are. So the question to you all is, what do you want to see happen? Now, after Mr. Yuri wrote that letter, as I said to you all in the beginning, we didn't feel that because we didn't have anywhere verifying what Mr. Yuri had written. So we took it because it was such a big allegation to make. So we were very careful. And that's why we waited until we were able to confirm that, yes, indeed, altering did happen. Tampering did happen, and in a very significant way. So we're going to go to the phone lines, Walker. We're going to ask our people, what do you want to see happen? The political leaders are meeting today, okay? Today. They're going to meet today, but we want to hear from our people. What is the punishment that you, the people, are going to prescribe? You, in this case, you are the judge. The committee that investigated, which included the ANC, they are the jury. The jury finds the accused party guilty, but it is the judge that sentences the accused party consistent with law. So we're going to go to the judge, you, the people. What is your will and pleasure? What do you want to see happen to them? What is your will and pleasure? Now that is the question, okay? We're going to go to the phone lines. We're going to take calls. We're going to take calls. Okay, we're going to read out the WhatsApp number. We want to have as many people as possible call in. You're going to call our WhatsApp number for me right now, okay? And call the number, please. Hold on.
Zero.
Hold on, Baka. Hold on. I want to make sure it is plus 231. Go ahead, Baka.
888.
Yeah.
62.
4171.
Yeah.
That's correct. Folks, that is the WhatsApp number. I just put it right there. Good. You should be able to see it. Show at the bottom of the screen. So that's a number for you all over the world. You may call and participate. Baka, now you're going to read out the other numbers. We want all of our people to call and say what they want. This is like a poll. We hope our political parties are leading. What is your will and pleasure? What is your will and pleasure? As you vote, we're going to put it down. Now, Baka, let's open the phone lines, Baka. Read the local numbers out, please. We want to have as many callers as possible. This is about the people. It is the people's business. The corporates have been caught. The people who were accused have now been confirmed, and their own political party has affixed their signature to this report. What is your will and pleasure, my dear people? Okay, let's go to the phone lines.
Yeah.
Your will and pleasure.
Before we take calls, let's just touch two things. Yesterday, folks from the concerned citizens protested in, calling on the government to find means in putting stop to the issue of killings in our country.
Yeah.
And two of their members were arrested. They are now in police custody.
No, we secured their release yesterday.
Oh, okay.
The COP secured the release of the two individuals that were arrested yesterday.
And the case about the ANC boy who had been taken from the city court is now to criminal code A. So today, hopefully, he will be released. So we are just calling on the government to find means in releasing him.
No, it is not in the hands of the government again, in that sense. It is in the hands of the courts. So they will have to just produce a valid bond, and I'm sure criminal code A will release him. We will see what happens. But let's go to the lines, Baka. We want to take calls. We want to hear as many people as possible. What is your will and pleasure? Tell us.
077 102 102 086 086 218 004. The lines that you can call. Let's take somebody 1 minute per caller. Good morning. 1 minute. We won't take much as possible.
Hello.
Good morning. Your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Baka. Good morning, Costa.
Yeah.
Hey, Samgakone. Forgive me, I'm driving and I had to make this call. I heard Costa asking the question, what should we do to the person when this person is realized to be the wrongdoer of the act? It's simple. The memorandum of understanding must have a clause in there to penalize anybody who will be a violator. Or the original framework document. We'll look at the original framework document and be able to take whatever is considered.
Oh, he just slipped up the line. Let's take somebody from the WhatsApp number.
Okay, but we didn't hear what Mr. Conant said.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. My name is Sanford. I'm calling from California.
Stanford, 1 minute quickly.
Good evening,
Yeah,
good evening. Good morning, Henry, and good morning, Boyka. I'm not sure what the framework document state when somebody violates the some part of the framework, whether they can be expelled. But if that is something that is part of that framework document, I would recommend that they expel the temporary or whoever violates that part of the framework. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. Sanford Roberts is our friend there in California. He's a strong member of the COP, and he says, if that's what it says, then of course he recommends expulsion. Expulsion. And mind you, folks, this is like tampering with the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. The framework document is called the framework document, but essentially it is the Constitution of the CPP. That's what it is. It's like somebody is tampering with the Constitution of the organization. That's how grave it is. It is no small thing. Somebody is tampering with the Constitution of the republic. See it in that sense. Let's take more calls, Waka.
All right, let's take this person on the WhatsApp number. Your name, where you joining us from?
Good morning, Borka. Good morning, Mr. Costa. This is Festus McKean, and I call you from Accra, Ghana.
Welcome.
Thank you for laying the basis as it relates to the report coming from the investigation that was done by the CPP. But what we want to see is that we want those who tamper with the framework document to be named and shamed. And we can also, with taking that into consideration, move on and work in collaboration more to defeat the CDC government come the 2023 elections. Thank you so much.
Thank you. 1 minute per caller. Now take this person on the online. Good morning. Your name, where you joining us from?
Good morning, Borka. Good morning, Henry. I have a different view as concerned to
your name.
My name
is Abu Kamara. Yes, I have a different view.
Okay.
I think whoever that will be caught in the process should not be expelled, should remain within the CPP, but should not be given the opportunity to contest for any position.
Okay. That's your own position.
Because people need to be rehabilitated when they do commit crimes.
Okay.
So, if you commit a crime and a punishment is to be inflicted on you, our punishment, I think, should be inflicted on a person, should be to remain within the CPP, but not be given the opportunity to take part in any position election.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. 1 minute per caller. So now,
folks, what you need to understand is that this is a criminal offense. It's a serious criminal offense. Forgery, alteration, these are serious things we're talking about, folks. This is not a small thing. Very serious. This is the law. They broke the law. They broke the law. Imagine signing an agreement with somebody and the person takes the document behind your back and they make changes to the document and take the signature page and attach it to the one they altered, the fake version. And then that person tries to get that document. Of course, they made those changes so that it would benefit them and not you. This is a serious criminal offense. Let's take more calls.
All right, let's take somebody from this line. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Borka. And good morning to our hero, Henry Pedro Costa. This is DJ Lume from Cornwall. Look, Costa and Borka, whosoever party that did it, let it be penalized, but not taking part in any position in the CPP, and let it be part of the CPP. Let it be part of the CPP to go through that punishment that they will not take part in election, be whether they want to be state bearer or they want to be deputy or either secretary, let it be there as a full member. But if they go, there should be a resolution set to election commission that the people, if they become president in this country, they will do the same thing to our constitution. Let them face the full weight and sit on the bench and know what the date is wrong. Let it be penalized for it. And they shouldn't be given an opportunity to lead the CPP. Let them be in the CPP and support the CPP. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's cross over to the WhatsApp number and take this person on the line. Good morning. Your name, where you joining us from?
Good morning, Walker. Pastor Charles Aku. I'm calling from New Jersey. My input to the question Helen had just asked all Liberians. For some of us, personally, I do not belong to no political party. I do not worship political leader. But I want a better Liberia for all Liberians because all Liberians are creatures of God. And God said no sin should go unpunished. You see, what has happened in the past is we Liberians, we have let a lot of criminals go unpunished. And then we always say we want a better Liberia. Let us use the word of God. The Bible says no sin should go unpunished. If a criminal is caught with an item, we jail the person. Now criminals are in jail in Liberia. In America here, when you tamper with company document, they fire you or they send you to court.
That's true.
So we do not want nobody within the CPP to show example. Then tomorrow, go for how you call it, campaign against Georgia. What are you going to say? You're going to give somebody that's going to author your constitution tomorrow? Then Georgia will be better than the person that authored the constitution. So that's my input.
Okay. Thank you, Pastor Charles.
When we said that this was criminal, they were saying all kinds of things, Buckeye. They were saying we hate the man, we want to destroy them, all that kind of stuff. This is it. Let's take more calls then. And if they want to be defending, I mean, by this time, you ANC people should not even be defending anything, Buckeye. You should not be defending. You should be apologetic. You should be on your knees. You should be saying sorry. That's what you should be doing. You should be apologetic. Let's take more calls then.
Let's take this person from Italy. Good morning. Your name?
Yeah, Parker, this is Mike from your TV. I'm not calling from Italy, but that's a code. Hi, one.
Yeah.
Morning, Henry. I'm calling you from East Africa. Let me make my interjection into this whole thing. We all agree that the act done by figuring the framework document, altering the making any change in it, is totally very, very grievous offense. What I would want people to do now is that they must find the culprit. I don't know who the culprit is. Let's agree that there's no culprit. Let's find the culprit. Let the culprit own up to it, apologize, and then we move on. There is a need and overarching objective now to unseat the current regime, then to play with other things that will bring destruction.
But let me ask my brother Mike for TV. Mike.
Uncle Mike.
Mike. I want to ask Mike.
Costa, I want to ask you.
Mike, we're talking about people making deliberate and criminal changes to the document. Are you comfortable with those people leading the CPP? Those who made these, what does that tell you about their character? That they can do this to the framework document. What does that tell you about their character? Are you comfortable with them leading?
That's what we said. Whosoever did that must agree, Henry. If whosoever did that can agree and own up to their wrong, the Liberian people will know them already. But that does not be the reason why the CPP must keep bickering. Okay, there is need. Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Go ahead. Uncle Matt, sorry, we let's take Noah Zhao Gibson. Noah, good morning, welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, welcome.
Oh, thank you, PJ. Thank you, and let me say thanks to our hero, our unforgettable hero, Hera Edward, and good morning to the hardworking family of the Root FM family. Good morning, PJ.
Poka, welcome.
Oh, thank you. Let me say thanks also to the hero for his tireless effort, always for the Liberian people. First of all, I will start with the issue of thanking the COP for releasing our comment yesterday. And this is why some of us we thought it was to come back to the COP because we see that the COP is the only movement that is always there for the ordinary masses. So let me say thanks to our leader, who is instrumentality to our comment was released yesterday, and thanks to the leader. What is the issue? This particular issue of the CPC is the role to 2023. I'm saying it, and it's very clear. There are people in looking at CPP for today now. This issue is the role, is the trajectory for CPP 2023. CPP now should not be letting likely. Anybody that will be falling in the hand. I'm calling my political leader, Honorable Bernard Jury. I'm calling Jordan Juma Paka. I'm calling Yombi Kanka, and even Elizabeth Kumi. They should not take that likely. The CPP now, if it takes legitimate action, if it penalize anybody that will be falling in the cookie jar, then that people know that CPP is over principle. But if CPP fail to penalize the some that are best theory, then CPP will not have the power to penalize what we are 2023. CPP will not have the power to penalize all the education that 2023 will take power. So I'm telling you, CPP is not going to take anything less. Today, if you take action on your own super city, tomorrow they are going to go look at you as a very serious man of government. Thank you once more. We will save our state.
Okay, thank you so much, Poka Rawat. The WhatsApp number is on the screen. You can call. The phone lines are open. Coming up, and you will be live on the show this morning. We can take as many callers this morning on the issue that we are discussing. So placing your calls. Let's take somebody from the WhatsApp number here. Good morning. Your name, where you joining us from?
Hey, good morning, Boaka and Henry Pedro Costa. My name is Napoleon. I'm calling you from Los Angeles this morning. And my little input within this is that if anybody tamper with the framework of the CPP, number one, all the senators that was elected should be revoked, and also the person should be penalized. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's go back to Liberia and take this person. Good morning.
Yes, morning, brother.
Welcome. Your name, where you calling us from?
Yes, brother. This is William here from. How you doing, brother?
Welcome, William.
Yeah, my point this morning is that anyone that is on somebody with a free somewhere document, the person should be dealt with according to the constitution of CPP. Because you can't say this person here will temper with this here tomorrow and then put it in power. The same person will start to do the last go at the same rate of our time. So if anybody that falls in the act, let them be dealt with according to the law. Thank you.
Thank you so much, William. We're taking more calls. Keep them coming in on the show this morning. Let's see if we can take this person. Yes. Good morning, sir. Your name, where you joining us from?
Hey, good morning. My name is George. I'm calling you from Nevada.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. Hey, about the temporary of the document, my question to you, Mr. Boaka, is did you guys know the name of the person who did this temporary of the document? If so, you call the name so
No,
that we
for
can
now
know
we
it.
don't. For now we don't know. For now we don't.
No, don't say we don't know, Boaka.
Okay, but
The report makes that clear. It is the ANC that did it, Boaka.
the official try to do is to water down everybody's temperature before they can call the name. Like what I've heard, I said to be corrected. They said that the lawyer, the CPP lawyer, the one that did the correction, the temporary of the document.
That is not true. It is not the lawyers.
That's my concern.
Okay. Thank you.
Boaka, listen, we should not misinform the people. The document was tampered with by the ANC. They were in charge of the entire operation. They were in charge of everything. It was not any other party. It was the ANC that was in charge. So, Boaka, it was not the other political parties. It was the ANC that was in charge. So, ANC is the one that's guilty. It is not, we don't know the person. No, we cannot say that. It is them. Let's take some more calls there.
Let's take this person. Good morning. Your name, where you joining us from?
Good morning, Boaka and Henry. This is Moses calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Welcome.
My view is what I would strongly recommend, just like they do in the United States. He has to make a public appearance and confess to the Liberian people. Then from there, if their confession is sincere or honest, then the Liberian people can decide his fate. Other than that, he should be expelled. If he refuses to make a public appearance and confession, he should be expelled. That's my recommendation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's cross back to Liberia and take this person. Good morning.
So the point is, Moses College from a good point.
Good morning to our leader, our hero, our incoming Senator Henry Pedro Costa. Make a good morning to our people in the diaspora. We'll continue to push forward. We'll continue to support our hero because he continues to stand for the truth and nothing but it. And this report will set up precedent for coming to the TV and that is JND and that is CPP to tell us that how they will come and run the government. When they take full power, they'll be following up whenever they mess up. What we say in this for years. So our recommendation is that whoever that is behind the center of the free world, it must be jailed according to the law. Thank you so much. And thank you to you.
Thank you, my brother. Let's cross over to the US and take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, Buckeye. Good morning, brother Costa. This is Slicky Kumala here, calling from Syracuse, New York.
Welcome.
To the question, thank you. To the question of brother Costa Ives, whoever is responsible for this thing should be penalized in according to the framework document. That's a simple answer that I will give for now. Now, what I want to say here is this. We know that the people that did it, even though we're not calling names, but they will come out with street mouth, they are lawyers, and those people that are backing them will come out with street mouth after the report to put it in any kind of way. Liberian people, watch up. Watch up, Liberia. Wake up. We need to know exactly who did this. And once we get to know who did this, they will come with all the street mouth. They are lawyers and people will come on different talk shows and say all kind of things. Let us not buy it from them. That's what I will tell you. Watch up and look out for those people who coming out with those street mouth. They will come and lie to you. They will come and tell you this is the person that did it. Like somebody just called and said it was the lawyers. Don't buy it. Liberia, don't buy it. This is too much. We're not going to allow this to continue to happen in Liberia. We're not going to allow it. Enough is enough. We need better leadership in Liberia. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kumara. Let's take somebody from this angle here. Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Hi. Good morning, Mr. Kamara, and good morning to my dad and leader, Helen Petro Costa. Good morning to the Bible listener to Radio Land. Memorial Clinical Johnson is his name. Hello?
Go ahead, you are live. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Let me say this. First of all, leader, it is clear, it is glaring. But we were like on lecture yesterday after our show. Like, look, you guys hear this, be our leader. Why can't you guys ask to one day if the report happened to catch the hands of the ALP or the Liberty Party? What will he do? And I told them that look, the leader will do the same that we are planning to do to ANC or the other person in my hand. I will be cutting the cooking jar. And that's it. Now, it is clear and it will be clear. But for now, I'm advising my leader and leader Pedro Costa, this more critical Johnson. Let us wait because right now we're ready to put fire in the water in the Caribbean. But let's all wait that is one report come because we are waiting. If that report comes, there will be a lot of calamity, there will be a lot of function, like you rightly said.
Okay.
But let's wait a year. Whose hair will be in the cookie jar? Then we will know what action to take. Oh yes, we will know which action to take. Thank you. Have a pleasant weekend.
Thank you so much, Memorial Critical Johnson. That will take another person here. Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
I'm Vili Momoru Famole calling from Bananville, Quebec.
Bananville, Quebec, welcome.
Yeah, I appreciate on the topic today. The only way Liberia will go forward, try to blow off all the corrupt people in this country. And that's a media why you are doing. I don't have a game this month. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. So the phone lines are still open. Call and be a part of the show this morning. You can call on the WhatsApp number is there. Let's go back to WhatsApp and take somebody here that is calling in. Good morning. Your name is joining us from? Good morning. Okay, the person number is muted. Let's take another call coming in on the same WhatsApp number. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Musu. I'm calling from Maryland. I just want to good morning, Boaka. Morning, my hero. I just want to say that whatever is going on, I'm happy for you people to come up to clear Costa and Mr. Yuri to prove to the Liberian people what Mr. Yuri said is true. And we need for the people to come up and everybody has found guilty. Let them go take it post because we want a new Liberia. We want to come back home. We don't want to still go you to copy the whole part because you want to change it. So I'm so happy for the report because my hero, they're calling you a liar and want everything to be down, everybody will clear them out. So that's all I want to say. There Lord take it. People from guilty to leave the party.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am, for calling from Maryland, the USA. So we take more calls. Keep them coming.
Take more calls up. I want to hear from our people. Want to hear what they have to say.
Yep. Let's take somebody from this line here. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Bwaga. How are you?
I'm okay. Welcome. Your name where you joining us from?
Let me say good morning also to our hero, our leader, Henry Pedro Costa. My name is Isiaka Mayamo Shari, and I do join you from Foundation number 12.
Go ahead, Ishaka.
And I listened to the show. I listened to the show this morning. My leader is so well regarding the CPP alteration of the document. And I want to say this, that whatever is going to happen, right, we should know that yes, indeed, Mr. Alexander Cummings has already altered our document. But I just want to raise the issue what happened yesterday for our protest, our peaceful protest, where some of our brothers were arrested at the U.S. Embassy, right in front of us. And we see as a violation against our human rights. And this is the first time to see a government people.
All right. Thank you so much, my brother, for calling in.
I want to say something, Baga. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
A few weeks ago, Mr. Ellis Cummings gave a big press conference. In that press conference, Mr. Cummings accused his colleagues. It was a press conference he gave after he walked out of the meeting they were having, Buckeye.
Mm-hmm.
In that press conference, what did Mr. Cummings do? Mr. Cummings said his colleagues were engaged in the violation of the framework agreement. Those were his words. Mr. Cummings said he believes in the rule of law.
Yeah.
He came to Liberia to make a difference. That's one. He attacked publicly and condemned and accused his colleagues of violating the framework agreement. Number two, when Joe Boakai was endorsed by the Unity Party as their candidate to be forwarded to participate in the upcoming CPP convention, Ellis Cummings wrote a letter declining the invitation of the UP to attend. He went further and condemned. He condemned the Unity Party and accused them of not respecting the rule of law. And because he said what they were doing was not consistent with the rule of law, he was not going to be attending their ceremony. He did that. He wrote the letter and letter leaked. The man who has been accusing people of violating the law, not respecting the rule of law, is the man who has been caught to be guilty of the most serious violation of any kind of law, to alter an agreement. If Ellis Cummings had done this at Coca-Cola, he was going to be fired, he was going to be prosecuted, and he was going to go to jail. But listen to me. If Ellis Cummings had tampered with a document at Coca-Cola, as he has done, as he has been found to have done in Liberia, he would have gone to jail. He would have lost his job. He would have been fired. But in a larger sense, what does this tell you about Ellis Cummings' character? What does this say about what he would do if he became president? If the man is brave enough, desperate enough to go and make illegal, criminal, devious changes to a document that he and his colleagues signed, what isn't he capable of doing? That is the bigger picture the larger sense, if this man who projects and presents himself as the cleanest man in the CPP, he trash talks his colleagues, he calls them names, he says all kinds of things about them, what would he do if he ever became president? What would he do? What wouldn't he do? What extent wouldn't he go to get his way if this man became president? That is what we need to think about. This is somebody telling you, like you want to marry a woman, okay?
Yeah.
And the woman already starts to show you, okay, that she's disrespectful, that she's not faithful. Would you continue? Would you go ahead with that wedding? When a woman has already shown you her ways, that she can't even cook. Well, and to you, cooking is important. To some men, cooking is not important. But I'm just saying, if the woman starts to show signs that she's not going to be, and the same thing applies to a man, period. I'm not going to be unfair yet. I'm going to be balanced. If the man starts to show you signs that he's a bad man, that he's a violent man, that he physically assaults you, would you be comfortable going into, would you go ahead with the marriage?
Nope.
That means you must be prepared to live with whatever the man will do, because he's already shown you what he's capable of doing. So you should be prepared. So that is the question. And the fact of the matter is that the ANC people, now for me, I have my own position. Okay. My own position, because I was one of the people that were accusing of being, oh, he hates Mr. Cummings. He hates Mr. Cummings. You know, there's a big brother of mine, Samuel Wamu Ogonti. He's a big Cummings supporter, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's also a big Henry Costa supporter. He's been caught between the middle. You know, he said he supports me because he believes in the fight that we fight for Liberia for change. He's against the way Liberia has been run. But my big brother still supports Cummings for what Cummings has done. Samuel Wamu Ogonti, he's a good man. But then I'm going to ask you the question, do you still think you want a better Liberia? If you say you want a better Liberia, which is why you support us, the guy you support for president has been found to have tampered with the document in very significant ways. Are you still comfortable? Are you still sure that Ellis Cummings is the change you want? That is my question. Are you still comfortable that Ellis Cummings has integrity? Are you still convinced that Ellis Cummings is a different person? Are you still convinced that Ellis Cummings is the alternative? I'm asking my people that question. I know he's watching the podcast right now. I'm going to call him out because I saw he just popped up on the live feed. He's watching. He's watching me and he's looking at me and I'm pointing to him. Samuel Wamu Ogonti, do you really want change? Do you still believe that Ellis Cummings is your guy? You all say Cummings is perfect. You all say Cummings is clean. You all say Cummings is not capable of doing something like that. My question now to you, you always accuse me, you come to my inbox all the time, and you accuse me of tampering, of being against Cummings. You say I hate Cummings. My question to you is, are you still convinced that Ellis Cummings is the guy who can bring integrity to this rotten, corrupt country? Does he have the integrity? That is my question. I'm going to wait until he answers that question. He's going to have to answer that question. He may choose to answer it publicly on this live feed, or he may choose to come to my inbox, as he normally does, to answer that question. But my question to him remains, if this man is brave enough to take such an important document and make significantly material changes to it, do you still trust him that he has the integrity, the credibility to be a leader who will be above and beyond reproach? That is my question to my big brother, Samuel Wamu Ogonti, a diehard ANC man who believes that Cummings walks on water, that Ellis Cummings is a saint, and that Cummings will change Liberia. Let me tell you, this is my position. And you all who like Cummings and you all who believe I don't like him, it is your damn business. But anybody who is brave enough to alter a document, to make significant material alterations to a document, It does not have credibility. It's a damn criminal, it's a damn crook, and should never be given power. Anybody who is brave enough to commit such a crime, for their own benefit, is a criminal and should not be given power. Ask yourselves, man, folks, many of you have signed agreements with people. Some sort of agreement you've signed. Have you ever been tempted to change that document, that agreement? Listen, the crime we're talking about, this is something most of us have never committed and might never commit in our lives. I want you to ask yourselves. Let me ask you this. How many of you have ever been tempted after signing an agreement with somebody? How many of you ever went ahead to alter that document, to change the wording, the sentences, the overall construct of that document? How many of you have done that? Think. I'm going to ask another question. How many of you have even been tempted, have even considered the idea, the temptation to alter an agreement you signed with somebody? How many of you? My own dear mother is here. Even though she's not, she can't be my mother because she can't born, but she likes to say she's my mother. Patience Lou. She's a big Cummings supporter. She's a big supporter of Henry Costa, but at the same time, she's a big supporter of Ellis Cummings. Patience tells you the reason she can't support other Liberian politicians because they're all criminals. But Patience, I'm asking you, my dear mother, can you still support Ellis Cummings knowing that Ellis Cummings is a criminal and he altered the framework document? That is my question to my mother. Can you still support this guy? Now, folks, how many of you, I'm asking, Patience, you've signed agreements before with people. Have you ever been tempted to change the words in that agreement after it was signed? To make a new document, to tear the signature page from the original document you signed and attach it to the new document? Have you ever been tempted to do that? No. I could almost put my neck on the chopping block that you have not been tempted to do such a thing. You're not brave enough. You don't have the guts to commit such a crime. You would not do such a thing. But look at the guy you want to be president of our country. Look at the guy you think is better, is clean, has integrity. And let me tell you this, I will not stop this fight. Because when we told you that Ellis Cummings was a criminal and he had tampered with the framework document, many of you were attacking us that we don't like Cummings. Ellis Cummings, for me, this is what I want. This is my position. Ellis Cummings will have to come to the public in one of his speeches, those boring ass speeches he makes. He's going to have to come to the public and he's going to have to say, my people, I'm sorry, I committed a crime. I was tempted because of my greed, my desperation, and I'm sorry. Y'all please forgive me. Then it will be up to us to decide whether to forgive him or not. Let me state my position again, if you did not hear me. Ellis Cummings is going to have to call a press conference. He likes to do that all the freaking time. He's going to have to call a press conference. He's going to have to say to us, I am sorry. I take full responsibility for my action. It was wrong. It was criminal. It was motivated and inspired by my greed, my desperate greed to be president. And I'm sorry. And you all should forgive me. That is what Cummings is going to have to do. If Cummings does not do that, I swear, I will not stop talking about this. I will not care what Buckeye says, Joe Buckeye, what Ure says, what all those people say, because my loyalty is not to Joe Buckeye. My loyalty is to my country. My loyalty is not to Benani Ure. My loyalty is to my country. I did not join politics for Joe Buckeye. I did not join politics for Benani Ure. I joined politics because of my fundamental belief that something is inherently wrong with our country and needs changing. That is why I joined politics. My political ideology is not tied to an individual. It is tied to the construct believing that Liberia must change. And so it does not matter what my political leader or what my candidate of choice thinks on this matter. What matters for me is what I want to see in a new Liberia. if Ellis Cummings does not come to the public and does not confess and does not beg for our forgiveness, this will be where some of us will part with the CPP. If Ellis Cummings does not come to the public, if he's not made to come to the public and say, I am sorry, I am a desperate criminal, I tamper with a document so that all his people who project him and present him as a damn saint, as a damn savior, as a man with the cleanest hands, the man who is a paragon of integrity, the man who is a Messiah, if they don't, he's going to have to say, I'm a criminal, so that they all can be put to shame. This is my position, Buckeye. That is my position. And I don't care what Joe Buckeye's position is. I don't care what Uri's position is. My position is my position. This man will have to confess to his sin and will have to beg for our forgiveness. And it will be up to us to decide whether we forgive him or not. Until then, I will not leave this issue. You can come to Liberia after 35 freaking years working at Coca-Cola. You come to Liberia and all of a sudden you pretend that you are a damn savior, you are the Messiah, you are a saint, and everybody else is a damn crook, only to be found to be a damn crook yourself, tampering with a document because you're so damn desperate to be president. You must be president by all means. You don't want to be vice president. You don't want to be senator. You don't want to serve in any other position. You must be president. You are so damn desperate that you would do absolutely anything to try to become president. You would even commit a crime to be president. And now you've been caught with your hands in a cookie jar. Ain't nobody coming to tell me to be quiet. This is just me. If you can't accept this, Henry Costa, that's it. This is just me. This is not how we change Liberia. We don't change Liberia when somebody commits a crime, a terrible crime, then we say, let's just handle it inside. Let's go talk about this inside. I'm not talking about this inside with absolutely anybody. I'm not going to do that with absolutely anybody. When Mr. Cummings takes to the podium and tells the Liberian people that I committed this crime and I'm sorry, that's it. That's it. That's it for me. When he says that, then it is up to the people who support him to continue to support him. But he must own up to his crime. He must beg for forgiveness. You all pass around here and tell us this man is a saint. He's better than everybody else. You tell us that he's better than us. He's got integrity. He's this, he's that. He's a saint. He's a savior. Only to be found to be a damn criminal. And we should sit down and accept it and be okay with it. And you think we're going to do that? This man has been exposed for the criminal that he is and the criminal that he would be if he ever became president, which will never happen. Not because I'm God, because he just will not be president. I don't see a pathway for him. He's so desperate. He's so corrupt. He's willing to do absolutely anything it takes to get what he wants. And those are the people we need to be careful of and careful with. That's it for me. That is my position on the matter. And my position is not subject to change unless Mr. Cummings does what I have asked. And some of you would say, who the hell are you? I'm Henry Costa. I'm a Liberian citizen. I'm a member of the CPP. Not only that, this is the part they don't like to hear. I have the freaking most powerful voice in the damn country. That's who I am. Yes. That's why they're forced to deal with me. Even if they don't like me, they have to deal with me because that's what I bring to the table. The most powerful voice in the country, period. That is it. That is it. That's why you must deal with me, whether you like me or not. I may not be a political leader. I may not be an official in any political party, but I'm a Liberian citizen. And I fight for a better Liberia. I fight against the things that are happening in this government now, and I want our own government, when they come to power, to be different. And so if I want them to be different, I cannot now begin to condone the things that are wrong, that are fundamentally wrong, and that have always happened in the country to be happening now in our own damn political arrangement. What does that tell me? If your Christmas will be good, you will tell by the eve of your Christmas. I am not in this fight for anybody. I am in this fight for a better Liberia. I've seen poverty firsthand. I've seen what it means to not have food to eat. I've seen what it means to not be able to go to the school you want to go to. I've seen kids go to school and not having food in their bellies. And that's because I've lived that life. I walk miles to come back from school on an empty stomach and sit there in Dwyer Market to sell with my mother. I never expected that I would be where I am today. But for God, and there are too many people, too many young boys and young girls and young children who are like me in that damn country and shouldn't be as poor as they are because their families are deprived of the opportunities to better their lives and to become something. And politics is the only means by which we can make that possible, to create that enabling environment where all of our people may prosper and rest themselves free from the shackles of poverty and become somebody. And we cannot do that when a few politicians think that they can do whatever it takes to bend the law to their will to get what they want. And if you condone that today in your political party, it gives me assurance and absolutely no doubt that you would do exactly the same thing if you came to power. I am not in this thing for Joe Walker to be president. I am not in it for Bernard Ure. I don't care about their damn ambitions. My real ambition is a Liberia that works for every single Liberian. I am tired of living in a damn country where some asshole becomes president and he does whatever he wants to do, destroys the people's lives. I'm tired of that. That is why I am in this fight. I don't care about anybody's ambition. I care about my true, real ambition is that a Liberia that works for all of our people, that can give our children a better future through quality education, good health care, that we can reduce the number of babies that die before they reach the age 5, that we can reduce the number of mothers that die in childbirth, that we can reduce the number of people who go to bed on half empty stomachs and empty stomachs. We need to fix this country. We can fix this country. That is why I fight. I don't fight for anybody's ambition. I don't fight for all my own ambition. I fight because I want a better Liberia. I'm tired. I may be 39 years old, but I'm tired living in a country where you are so held back. Where to become anything, you must go abroad. What sort of country is this? Where most of its citizens are so poor. They are so freaking poor that the richest of our people live abroad, are in foreign countries. That the richest people in our country are not Liberian citizens. The richest people in our country are foreigners. They are Lebanese, they are Indians, they are Nigerians, they are Chinese, they are Europeans. What sort of country are we? We are like the modern day Israelites, 400 years in captivity. What sort of country? In a few months, we will strike 200 years since 1822, since the first ship arrived, bringing back those free slaves from America to establish the Republic of Liberia. 200 years, 174 of those 200 years as an independent republic. Yet we are the poorest nation on the face of the earth. After the Second World War in 1945, Liberia had the second fastest growing economy after Japan. Today, what are we? A freaking poor, miserable country. And do you know why we are this poor? Alice Cummings says it all the time. Alice Cummings says all the time, and I agree with you 100%, that the reason why we are so poor is because we keep doing the same thing over and over, and we expect a different result. Now that quote is not originally his. It's actually Albert Einstein who said that. That's insanity. You do the same thing over and over, and you want a different result. It is not going to happen. It is absolute stupidity. And the reason why we're so backward is because people, the big men, the big women, do bad things and get away with it. And little people are the ones who are caught and jailed. When you go to South Beach Prison, do you ever see a former minister there? Do you ever see a former managing director in jail? All you see are petty crooks, the little people, the ordinary folks, the ordinary people. They're the ones we put in jail. They are the ones who go to jail. The big people go scot-free. This is absolutely wrong. This is absolutely wrong. Mr. Cummings says, he says it all the time until it's become monotonous. I mean, it's become a monotony. It's something he just sings all the time, all the time. All of time Ellis Cummings uses that quote. You can't get a different result if you keep doing the same thing over and over. You can't. Yeah, that's the word. I'm struggling to pronounce it this morning, of course, because I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm hurt. We don't deserve this. We don't deserve it. I tell my friends in the CPP all the time, maybe some of you have different reasons why you are in politics. Some of you, your ambitions are to become deputy minister, a managing director. You want to become this, you want to become that. That's not why I am in this. I am in this because I'm tired of our people being this poor, being this miserable. I'm tired. I'm too tired. I'm not in it because I love somebody. I'm not in it because of their ambition. Contrary to what you are, oh, Costa's in this for himself. I don't have to be in this. We want a better Liberia. That is what we want. A Liberia that works for all of our people. It's just unfair. It's just unfair. It's just unfair. Let's take some more calls there, Boga. It's just unfair. And this is how it begins. They begin to break the law. Little by little, you're saying that you're okay with it. And somehow you believe in your stupid minds that they're going to be different tomorrow. Yeah, this is how it begins. Let's take some more calls there, Boga. I was born angry. Yeah, I was born angry. I was born angry because I was born a Liberian citizen. A country so rich, gold, diamond, timber, water resources everywhere, 350 miles of beautiful coastline, beautiful beaches. Yet we're so poor. Yet we're the poorest country on the face of the earth. A country which once was the second fastest growing economy in the world, second only to Japan, which is the third largest economy in the world, only recently eclipsed by China. Where are we today? Miserable, backward, poor, sick, with one of the lowest life expectancies in the world. If you are not angry, then you are sick. If you are a Liberian citizen born and raised in the miserable country, the land of so much, and yet so much deprivation, the land of so much, yet so little, then something must be wrong with you if you're not angry. Either you are just stupid or you are just content with your miserable life. But I am neither of those. I am not stupid, neither I am okay with what's happening. And so yes, I am an angry man because I'm a Liberian citizen. And I refuse to accept that poverty and backwardness and deprivation and the destruction of dreams and aspirations and dying young, dying before you reach the age 65, dying before you reach the age 5, many babies, according to UNICEF, 84 children out of 1,000 children die before they reach the age 5 in Liberia, one of the highest infant mortality rates in the world. Malaria, typhoid, other easily treatable, curable diseases kill them. You are a graveyard. Liberia is a graveyard for the young with their dreams not out of them. A graveyard of babies, a graveyard of pregnant women, a graveyard of dreams and aspirations, That's what you are, a big graveyard where dreams die, where babies die before they reach the age 5, where people die of easily curable things. Terrible, terrible things. So don't come tell me here that we should just move on. I refuse to just accept it and move on. Because you may want something else. That's not what I want. I want something else. I want a different Liberia. And if you can't give it to me, no matter who you are, I'm not going to support you. No matter who you are. Because I am not in this for you to be president. I am in it for what you can do as president, not your ambition. We're all different. And some of you don't realize that you have been used to terrible, crooked politicians all your lives, and you believe that every single politician is out to get rich and to better himself and improve his kids and improve his friends. And that's what you think. And I don't blame you for thinking that way, because that is what you're used to. That is what you're used to. But I want it to change. And I think I'm playing my part to see it change. The country is so corrupt, it's so bad. Sometimes, when you talk about change, some people look at you like you're sick. Even in the opposition, there are times in some of our chat rooms when we talk about things that are happening, and I make these threats that if our people do these things when we come to power, that some of us will go against them. The whole chat room falls silent. You can hardly have anybody with a moral courage to join you and say, Costa, I agree with you. If we do these things, if we ever came to power, we would join you to go against our own people. You can hardly see that. And I will say to them in the chat room, I see some of you here today, you said the worst things about the We Are government today. Tomorrow when we come to power, some of you want to do the exact same things. But you, I think I will become your enemy. And some of them just go on and they've got nothing to say. Absolutely nothing to say. It's sad. Well, I just completely sad. Let's take a few more calls, and we've got 15 more minutes to go. Let's take a few more calls.
All right. 0770-102-102-86, 010383 555 102 102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888 624171. Let's take this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Paga, and good morning to the voice of the pastor.
Eddie Sherry, welcome.
Yeah, thank you for the recognition. Oh, Paga, the Liberian people need to know the result of this report. You know, I listened to one of our sister radio station, and then they were talking about the report. Oh, we need to be specific school. Most of the panelists, they were talking that we need the report, the public need to know the report. But these few days, they are talking about when the report come out, they will destroy the CPP. No, the report will not destroy the CPP. The report will destroy the person who did the act, not the CPP. So, to all our political leaders, please don't joke with the report. The Liberian people want to know what really happened. And if you put the report on the carpet, normally the Liberian people don't trust the politician this time, so they will just make things worse for yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Erin, for calling in. The WhatsApp number is +231 888 624171. That's a WhatsApp number. You can call.
You think a man born me to be partisan, to just support politicians? That's not what I was born for. God gave me all the talent, all this gift to just help to make somebody president because I let them. If you feel that what your mom and papa born you for, to just make somebody president because you let them, that's your business. But I think I'm too gifted just to be alive, just to have this voice. It's too much gift. That's such a big gift from God to just think that I'm here to make somebody president because I like them. We are different. You and I, we are different.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Barry calling from one side.
Welcome.
You know, the anger Costa trying to express, it is not his one anger, it is the entire citizen anger. We're tired of this here. So 1847, we just be doing the same thing over and over, corrupt attitude. Look at us, we all spinning gray hair. Some of us are getting our master's degree or doctorate degree. Look how they put care of my war. Bring senseless war. They say they come for change. Now we got different folk. Look at the last 6 years term of Ellen. You know what? Nothing. Look at the other man that came, the footballing president. People feel sorry for you. From nowhere you become president. You can't change nothing. Then we expect the case for somebody to come and do the same good thing. No. If that be the case, you know that someone will go by in the bush and get rid of every one of them. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. We don't have to go in the bush. Let's take this person. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, that person isn't getting us, but the phone lines are open. 0770-102-102. Keep your calls coming in, and you'll be live with us here this morning. We're taking your calls. Let's go back to the WhatsApp number and take this person. Good morning. Your name, where you joining us from?
Good morning. This is hello.
Yeah, you are live. You say your name, where you calling us from?
Yeah, Boka. This is David. I know the station is boring this morning. I see the anger in Costa because of how the people are behaving. But just to the document, I think I want to stick with what Boka was saying, that we don't mention the name for now, who is guilty. But it's also fine that Costa have given us the just a gist of what is in that document. But I think it's a crime. Any person who with unlawful intent uses any genuine or any document for the public, and let's know that this document is not just for the Communist political party. This is for 4 political parties. So why would you go as an individual or as a single party to forge a document? Because in some other countries, like for example in Norway, you can go in jail for 2 years. And you will also pay the fine. I think this is in America, you pay 3 years prison.
Okay.
For us to see our nation going this kind of way, and the way my brother is
all right.
We want to pay for the nation, must get angry like this. So I think that you are right, and I think we should move on forward with these corrupt things and root it out of the system. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of the show. We take another person. I'm trying to put you through this morning. Let's take you. Good morning. Your name, where you joining us from?
This once again, Pastor Charles Akura. I live in America, and I want to ask the Nigerians that live in America years, who've been here, who have degree, or those that do not have degree. I want to ask a question. If you work into a company, get a super or a manager living in America as a Nigerian, if you author a document or you clock in, you require 7 o'clock and you went and clock in early before 7 o'clock, will the company still hire you or they will penalize you or fire you? That is my question. If we will be fired in America, then if any Liberian that lives in America or in Liberia, in the city, in Liberia should not trust that person with power.
Thank you.
The will of God. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. Let's take Pangomo Kamara from this angle. Pangomo, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, General Costa, Liberia incoming president, one of the best truthful men in the Republic of Liberia I ever seen in my life.
Go ahead.
Okay. The document on Asara coming. I remember the turnaround. That is, the last thing I said the day, bringing confusion to Labour Party, bringing confusion to Unity Party. That government buyer. Because I told you one. I said, they saw Israel. Their leaders say, it's not good for Liberia. But then when I tell somebody, I talk about the city. So Israel leaders say, not good for Liberia. The owners of Israel know you are having Liberia on a heart. That was American. and because he grew on struggle life. So coming should be punished. They should be punished and ban them for CPP. We get wrong. Two political parties get wrong. Nothing wrong with that. Don't forget about the one party. Don't forget about how to call criminal ANC.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you so much, Pangomo, for calling. And the phone lines are open. We're still taking them. We have 7 more minutes to go on the show for today, so you can keep your calls coming and we'll put you through. Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, Bagai, I'm constrained to call for the second time. Bagai, something that touches me and my people that are listening to the Costa Show on the speaker community. Leader has just gave a very short, strong, emotional speech. And let me say this, he has said it all. He is not here a man of God, not a blessing just to make somebody president. He has said it. So Liberians will not afford mercy this God-sent leader as our next senator. So he like it, he leads it. And so just for conclude, one hard football man in the ANC just called me and said, I just enjoy your show, get a little car there, or to the following people get back. So the ANC is very well understand that they do will keep quiet on the nonsense. And because of the serious thing fighting the town, he wanted to erect the national checkpoint. We are prepared to do that. We are prepared. We are willing to do that. We are set. We are brought so because you know what? We are suffered so long, and we cannot be repeating the same over and over and getting the same result. We are tired.
Thank you so much, Momo. Let's take another person from this line here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name is joining us from?
I'm Lamini S. Corner from Bonkanti.
Welcome, Lamini.
Yeah, thank you very much. I would like to thank Brother Costa, and I really believe now that Mr. Alexander Kume came to destroy the CPP, and they are doing everything to embarrass the leadership of Joseph Iman Boakai. I will always ask Brother Costa, let us try to watch Liberia so that another leader that will come, it shouldn't be the same way. Let's try to watch Liberia. We are fighting. We are fighting. We're not fighting, this government because we hate them. No, the system, the old system, we get to get rid of the old system. Costa, you are fighting. And continue the fight. Nobody should let to love a leader and bring the leader into power for your own personal aggrandizement. You bring the leader in the interest of Liberia. Let the local, let the grassroots leader. There is leader.
Okay.
The money shouldn't just be in few person pockets in Liberia. Let us continue the fight. We are not fighting because we hate John Weah. John Weah is a good person, but let us get rid of the system. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's take this other person. Good morning.
Good morning, Biggie. Good morning, Pedro.
Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Zeb Malaba, calling for district number 15. Okay, whatsoever happened in the document, we know that the document are bad temper. But the problem is, they'll work together. At the end of the day, we'll work together and target one shot. So, Mr. Kumi, when he did wrong, we are not supporting him when he did wrong, but at the end of the day, we will work together. That's all we want. He will apologize when he did, that he was wrong, temper with the document. So at the end of the day, let's work together and keep our Liberia power. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling.
You see, I want to make a point there to what that caller just said. Okay, my brother can steal. My brother is bad. But stay, my brother. Let's work together. Let's make it happen. Yeah, we'll make it happen. So your interest is just to take power. That's not my interest. That's not my interest. You have to understand. That is the difference between playing. Now I can tell many of my friends in the CPP. I don't want the same thing y'all want. Y'all want government job. Y'all want this, y'all want that. I don't want it. I want a different Liberia. So my point is, my politics is not just about winning. It's about winning with the right people and with the right mindset. Let them win. Let them we are. Yeah, let that, my man, our time. We got an opportunity, Costa. Don't spoil the thing for us. Don't bring that nonsense talk to me. That stupid talk. You know, I said to one woman one day, boy, in Texas, Houston, we went for the launch of the COP. We went to launch the COP. By the way, in November, we're going to Dallas to launch the Dallas chapter of the COP there. And the lady asked me, Costa, I have been supporting political parties. And the last time I supported Ellen, I was passionate. We campaigned for her. We believed in her, but she let us down. Today, we see you, and some of us are looking at you, but we don't have, I personally don't have any confidence in Liberian politicians again, because I had so much confidence in Ellen, and Ellen let me down. So Costa, why should I see you differently? Why should I listen to you? Why should I even trust you or support you to get power tomorrow? That lady asked a very good question. I said to that lady, she said, do you mind me recording your response, your answer? I said, I do not mind at all. She pulled out her phone and she did a video. That lady did a video. And I said to her, I said, this is what I'm going to say to you. I said, look, I say, I'm not going to say this. It's a difficult thing to answer this question because no matter what you say, some people will still have doubts. But I said this to her. I said, on this day, I say this to you and to God, my maker, my protector. I say this. If God, who is my maker and my protector, if God knows, and of course God knows everything, that if I ever am mounted to public office, that if I ever got elected or entrusted through appointment to public office, that I would become corrupt, I would become a disappointment, I would become a failure of all the things I preach, then God should never, ever let my dreams come true. I say, my dear sister, I say this to God, not to you, that if I am to become a failure, that if I would become the exact same things I preach against today, that if I would ever do these things when I am given power tomorrow, or if I'm ever given power tomorrow, then God strike down my ambitions. Let me fail in my effort to get elected or to get public office to serve. Do not let me ever come near power, because I'd rather not have power than have power and be a failure. I'd rather not get elected than get elected and be a disappointment and do the things that I have preached against, and do the things that I have always looked down upon, and do the things I have blamed for what we are and where we are. So God, knowing all things, being omnipresent and omnipotent, knowing my future before I was born, let not my ambitions come to fruition. Strike down my aspirations. Let me fail in my efforts to get elected. If you know, as you do all things, that I would be a failure, let me not have power. Ever, ever. And I say this to all of you, to my God, to my maker, to my creator. You know my heart. You know what I will do before I even think about it. If I am to be a failure, if I am to be a disappointment, if I am to do the same things that I condemn today, if I am to do the same things that I have preached against, that have caused me to go to jail, that have placed the things that have placed me at odds with the people in power, then God let me not ever come to power. Let me not ever have any position. This is my solemn promise, not to you, man, as mortal, as flawed as I am, but to my God and to my Maker, through whose mercy and permissive will and divine ordination that I am who I am. Let him destroy my ambition. Let me pursue my dreams, and may they never come true. If I would turn out to be exactly what I preach against today. That is my prayer. If you believe in God, then you should understand what I'm talking about. That I am telling my God in heaven. We all go to God and say, God, give me this. God, give me that. I want to be senator. I want to be president so bad. But I'm saying to God, God, if you know, as you know all things, that I would be a bad leader, then don't make me a leader. If you know that I would be a disappointment to my people, then don't give me that power. Because I'd rather not have power than have it and be a failure. I'd rather not have power than have it and see people get killed in my name. I'd rather not have power than order men to go under the cover of darkness to murder people in cold blood to protect me or to cover up what I've done. I'd rather not have power than have power and loot from the people and make bad, shady deals that violate the people's interests, that subjugate the people to further deprivation and poverty and marginalization and economic oppression. Then I'd rather not have power. I'd rather not have power. What good is having power when it means nothing to your people? What good is being president when it means nothing to your people? I'd rather not have it. I'd rather not have it. I'd rather be an ordinary man. And it's difficult for people to understand this because for too long you've had bad, corrupt people running your country. And that is why we're the poorest country on the face of the earth. Liberians, they're a bunch of cynics. There's cynicism. The people are so cynical and they don't believe. They don't believe that anybody could be different. Even the people they support, they don't really fully trust them. And I don't blame the people. It comes from a legitimate place. All that skepticism and cynicism and pessimism. And yet, on the other hand, the Liberian people are so resilient. They are so resilient. Their tenacity and their fortitude. They keep getting let down. They keep getting disappointed. They keep picking themselves up. And they keep moving on, marching on, believing that one day God will send the right leader. And I believe that too. One day, our story will change. And the story of Liberia will be changed from a country of miserable people, poor people, backward people, living, as Martin Luther King said, 100 years later, the Negro finds himself languishing on a lonely island of material prosperity. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., in that his speech, I Have a Dream. He said 100 years later, the Negro is still not free. 100 years later, the Negro finds himself languishing on an island of poverty in an ocean of material prosperity. The boy knew how to use words. The Negro finds himself languishing on a lonely island of poverty in an ocean of material prosperity. Imagine that. This island of poverty in an ocean of material prosperity. Martin Luther King. And that story of ours will change. A nation of people shackled, manacled by poverty and deprivation. Die young, die with dreams. A graveyard of a nation where dreams die before they even mature, before they even have a chance to become a reality. Where babies die before, tons of babies die before they reach the age 5. Where women die easily just giving birth. That land. One day, that story will change. And it will become a story of prosperity, a social and economic justice, where no man is above the law, where no man is too big to go to jail. No one is too insignificant to become someone. We're all children, irrespective of which county they're born in and who their parents are, their last names of their family. No child would be deprived of the opportunity to better himself or herself. Quality education, good health care. A Liberia that works for all Liberians. That, my friends, is the Liberia that I believe will happen. And if God knows, as he knows all things, that I would be not a good contributor, not a good player in that new Liberia, then may I remain nothing but a mere spectator. May I not have a seat at that table. If I will contribute nothing but add upon what we've already experienced all these many long, painful years. Thank you so much. God bless you. This is how we bring this show to an end. We'll be back here tomorrow, same time, 7:30 a.m. to continue to do what we do. God bless you all. And may God save our country.